Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426 and today we have the review of the Hyakushiki 1.0. Yes, this is not the 2.0 version, but the Hyakushiki basically is my personal favorite kit or the favorite mobile suit in the Gundam universe. Number one, I love how the design is. Number two, not the shining effect, but how menacing it looks like because of those black sunglass looking eyes. Number three, the overall design is just fantastic. Now, let's get into the review. As I mentioned, this is not a 1.0 kit, meaning that this is the kit from, I believe, 2001. So, there is a lot of limitations in terms of doing a lot of poses, because this was, if it was 2001, it was basically when 2.0s didn't even existed, if I am correct. There are variations of this kit. First of all, this is the original Hyakushiki that got released as a master grade. As you can see the shining plastic or chrome gold into it. But there are two more variations to this. And when I mean variations, I'm mentioning the 1.0 series. The other variation, I will show a picture in the video of the box, is the other Hyakushiki. Basically, it's the same exact kit, but the color is just plain yellow, just plastic yellow. A lot of people hate that color. Some people don't. It's just your preference, but it also comes with the balut system. What the balut system is, it's from the anime Zeta Gundam, where when the Titans and Eugo was trying to basically land to Earth from space, and they needed like a parachute system, so they would wear these backpacks and front packs and leg packs onto the kit. So there would be one on the front of the kit, on the back of the kit, and there would be like some sort of pack on the legs as well. And when they get to a certain point, the parachutes open, and thus them safely landing onto Earth. The Titans also had the same system, so basically the Eugo and Titans used the same thing. And so that was the only way you can actually get the balut system. The balut system can be used for the Hyakushiki, the Rick Diaz, the Marasai, and Nemo. So yeah, so if you wanted the balut system, most people went for that. Not for the kit itself sometimes, but that's one kit. And the other kit being the Hyakushiki HD color version. What the HD color is, basically, it's the same kit as usual, but the color is in HD, meaning that it's gold, but not in terms of like chrome gold, but basically gold without the shine. So yeah, that is the only difference. But that was a limited kit, or like a special edition kit, so it's not that easy to get, and it's kind of rare. But now today, the good news is we have the Hyakushiki 2.0, which I still don't have yet, which is kind of because it's kind of expensive, but I tend to get it in the future. The 2.0 basically is an improvement from this. Basically, it has better articulations, it can do many poses, and the color is the only issue, is that there's no chrome color. It's basically, the color is exactly, I think, it's exactly same from the HD version, basically same color from the limited edition. So yeah, that is the only difference. I tend to get I tend to get other Hyakushiki kits. This is a hint for the future. But getting on to the kit, basically what you get the kit itself. You also get let's see, 2 yellow beam saber effects. I just cut one off just to make sure. You also get a set of hands, but these hands are kind of unique. You won't really see these kind of hands in other kits. I will get into them a little bit later. You get 2 weapons. One is the beam rifle, a very nice looking beam rifle. If you remember from my Delta Gundam review, yeah, you can see a lot of similarities, yeah, a little bit. And this weapon has a hook in it. We'll get into that why later. And don't worry, the yellow piping in this it comes in that color, so no worry about coloring. I tend to see a lot of people getting frustrated or worried about coloring. Same here as me, I don't color. What my main purpose of making reviews is basically to review a kit once it's basically out of the box. Once you're done, I want to show you guys what it looks like right out of the box. Number 2, or last weapon, is the clay bazooka. One of my favorite bazookas. I believe this is the same bazooka used by the Rick Diaz as well. This one also has a unique gimmick where you can take out the clip of the bazooka. There we go. Very detailed. Well, considering when this came out, it's very detailed. So yeah, very nice detailed, and you can put it back in. And lastly, the last weapons are here. When I mean here, I mean on the back skirt. The beam sabers are attached on the back skirt, which is my kind of more preferable way. And also the beam sabers are in chrome gold. We'll get in more detail later. So yeah, you can see the shine. As I mentioned in my Delta Gundam kit, since this is a chrome gold shiny plastic kit, the roots or nums are inside the piece, so you will barely see any num marks except for like a few basically. And as usual, this kit absorbs a lot of dust and finger marks or fingerprints. Yeah. So let's get into the detail overall. Let's get onto the head. Basically, those eyes are stickers. The Hyakushiki 2.0 gives you options, but this one only gives you black eyes, I believe. And that green part on the top of the head, the main camera or another camera, is a sticker. And it's kind of easier to get in there, so no problem at all. There's also an antenna here, which I really don't like, but this is the most strongest antenna I have ever felt in a while. I mean, this was from 2001, and the gold colored plastic is usually known for being a little bit weak. I think they went all out on the antenna. I mean, this is one of the strongest antenna I ever had. I even have some GM antennas, but they're even weaker than this. So yeah, that's all to the head. As you can see, some people might notice that the Hyakushiki is basically the 100th mobile suit that was built. And on the shoulders, when I mean shoulder, on this part, there's a kanji or Chinese or basically Asian symbol meaning 100. This kit I bought when I was a little bit younger, so I was getting into master grade, so I wasn't really used to dry decals, so I wasn't able to do it, and I prefer without that symbol, because even in this show they barely show, you barely see them, and they somehow ruin the overall design. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm one of those people. The cockpit. This is the most complicated, well, not complicated, but you'll be basically asking yourself or them, was this really necessary? What you do is you split open these golden parts here, and then somehow, without even like a hatch or basically a place where you can grab, you need to open this part up. And even to this day, I can't open it. You need some sort of a special equipment for this, so I'm not even gonna try it. The last time I did try doing that, I almost scratched something up. So let's see, the arms. Basically, when I meant num marks, these are one of the nums you might be able to see if you're unlucky. As you can see, you can barely see it on this point, or even on the other arm. Yeah, you can actually see a little bit there. So that is one only major issue in terms of num marks. Of course, when I mentioned the gold plastic being weak, I remember when I was building this, I accidentally snapped a small part of a piece. I'm not sure which one it is, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't that much of a big deal in terms of the kit, so that's why this guy is still standing. You see these red cables or pipes. These are basically plastic pieces, so not much of an issue. When we get onto the hands, we have some interesting hands. Currently we have two hands at the moment. I think I'll take this hand out. Now, at the beginning of the video, I mentioned that these hands aren't the usual hands you see, because these aren't like the building hands where you get one thumb, one trigger finger, and 3 fingers connected or whatever. That's not the case. and the way how you make the hand is different. You see, you have this other hand for the beam saber. Currently on my kit, basically this hand, this is already used, is for the clay bazooka or beam rifle, and the other hand, which is currently on there, is for the beam saber. It doesn't look much different, but there's a little bit of difference. Basically, when you close the hand, this is like the usual standard hand you'll be seeing, but this hand, you can see there's two fingers a little bit front. So these are for the beam rifles and bazooka. The way how you interchange them or change them is basically you push the hand out entirely, and you get left with this golden piece, and all you need to do is stick it back in and then reattach it. Now I already have one beam saber hand, so I'm gonna reattach this. I am just really excited when basically this is what happened. Some people might have think, oh, why did you buy that? And I bought this a long time ago, and the time when I was buying this, it was about 2010, I believe, or 8. I can't remember, but it's a really long time ago, and I was really in a dilemma whether to buy this or not, because I really like the Hyakushiki, but personally I had this feeling where when I saw the Gundam Mark II 2.0, I realized that, hey, isn't there a chance then we can get a Hyakushiki 2.0, because they basically use some same in the anime, they use some parts for making the Hyakushiki, or the Hyakushiki basically came out almost the same era as the Gundam Mark II of the the old Gundam Mark II. So I was wondering, and then what are the chances? And I just went for the kit, and then much time longer or later, they finally announced it, and the price is abnormal. Well, not abnormal, but kind of expected, but at the same time, does it have to be that high? Yeah, the legs, considering this is a 2001 kit, they got the characteristics very well. You can see the inner frame inside. They have these pistons, but not much of like a realistic piston compared to Gundam, Gundam Mark II 2.0 or whatever. As you know, because if you see these legs, similar to the Delta Gundam's legs, because the Hyakushiki was originally supposed to be able to transform into a Wave Rider like the Zeta Gundam, but they were never able to get it to work, so they built the Hyakushiki, which was basically a non-transformable kit. That's why you can see these wing binders, similar to the Zeta Plus A1 or C1. Some say basically the Hyakushiki was also basically like a test suit for various parts, like movable frame, wing binders, and whatever. I don't really mind that, but considering like later the Delta Gundam came out, so there's a lot of series going on. So let's get into, I guess, articulation for now. The backpack, you just basically slap it on to the back. The wing binders, you can move the wings about, that much. Well, this is not really necessary, so you can move it, fairly, satisfying amount. And the wing binders are connected to a ball joint, so no problem at all of moving. You could make it any pose you want, so there's no reason for any parts to break in terms of the wing binders, unless I do anything stupid. Let's see what else we got. Let's get in, articulations. The arms basically bend about, that's as far as you go. And you can see it's a little bit back heavy. I mean, I know I've heard that the Hyakushiki 2.0 is also back heavy. This one also has a similar issue, but not an issue as the 2.0, because this kit is really stiff. It's kind of difficult to actually pose this kit into an action pose. It's basically, some people call this like a brick kit, meaning that there's not much imposability that's available because how stiff and limitations on the articulation and joints and inner frame is. Come to think of it, when I was building this kit didn't really have much of an inner frame. The only inner frame I remember are the legs and a little bit in the arms, but in the body was kind of empty, to be honest, except for the cockpit part. The rest, not much of an inner frame. So you can bend it about 70 degrees or 75 if you want to put it in whatever. If without the wings, you can technically spin it 360, but yeah, with the wing binders, not much of a chance. The hips, as usual, there's some parts actually blocking its way, so unless you force it or pull it up a bit, this is as far as you go. So about 20 or 30 degrees, you can move it left to right. The front skirt, if you lift it up and then lift up the side skirts, you can go about that much, so a little bit more than 90 and like 95, and then you can bend it. Bending, you can actually go about 80 or 85 degrees. So very nice posability and very nice stiffness. I do prefer stiff kits, especially on the legs. So yeah, that was basically it for the articulations. I guess we can show the ankles, I guess. Standard for that time, nothing special. Now let's get into the weapons now. Also, this is one of the kits that you will have no issues in terms of holding the weapons, because unlike the old kits, you have to open the hands and then match up the fingers, and then you close the hand and hoping it doesn't fall off. For the 2.0, there's a peg in the hand, there's a hole in the weapon. You put the hole, you connect the peg in the hole, close the hand, and you're good. This one, basically, as you can see in current situation, those thumbs are just there. They're not movable, and it's already closed. So the good part is, all you need to do, get the beam rifle. Yeah, we'll get into the claw later, or hook, and just push it in. Well, actually, you have to open the hand a little bit, push it in, and then close. There you go. Pretty good connection, actually. Of course, I'm pretty sure if you shake it, it might, fall off. So I'm shaking it, not much of an issue. You can, the beam rifle, yeah, you can basically pose it anything you want, except for the radical poses where the Hyakushiki is kind of famous in the games where he does a lot of radical poses or really extreme poses in terms of attacks. I'm gonna actually, there we go, that looks better. So we got a very good beam rifle, very nice. And so, also I guess I can explain what that hook was on the beam rifle. Now, if you've seen the anime, you will realize that the Hyakushiki carries his weapons on the back, and all the weapons you get from this kit can be combined or connected to or stored into the kit itself. So like the Rick Diaz, you can basically, all the weapons that comes with it can be held into the kit. What you do is basically you take out the hook. There we go. And then it's simple. If you look at the back of the kit, this is taking longer than I thought. If you go back to the kit, you can see these small pegs or sections here. All you need to do is get the claw or hook and then hook it in. There we go. I'm not sure. I haven't read the manual for a while. Some weapons can be only attached to a certain section, I believe. But yeah, that is the usual gist. Usually in the manual, it mostly shows only the clay bazooka, but this is also possible. So basically, also the Zeta Plus has this function. I'm gonna show the clay bazooka, also holding it on the back. There we go. The clay bazooka somehow hooks in more easily. So let's see it from the front. There we go. The clay bazooka, it's mostly the famous weapon for the Hyakushiki, but it's not easy attaching the clay bazooka to this kit. The 2.0, I'm assuming it won't have a problem. This one is kind of difficult. Basically, what you need to do, pull out the wing as far as you can, and then bend the arm, get the clay bazooka, and if you're lucky, you can actually get it, holding it. You need to basically turn the hand a little bit, open the hand, and then if you think you got it correct, you close the hand, and then you try to pose it, basically. So this is not an easy kit to pose, I will give you that. So this is how you connect it. Unlike all other mobile suits, like the other Gundams where they hold the bazooka in their shoulders, the Hyakushiki's clay bazooka or any clay bazooka that's been used are usually stored or used like this. Actually, I think I got it in a pretty good pose actually. So this is basically what you're expecting. So don't expect like, well, you can technically put it on the shoulder, but I'm not sure it's possible with this kit. But yeah, even in the anime, this is how he holds it. So yeah, that was basically the review of the Hyakushiki. I would recommend this if you're a fan of the Eugo or Zeta Gundam or Double Zeta Gundam fan. If you like the Chrome Gold, go for this. Some people really like the Chrome Gold, some people don't. It's basically on your own opinion, but currently the 2.0 only has the HD color style, but there is a way to get the Chrome version of the 2.0, but it's through a premium Bandai kit, which was recently announced, which was the Master Grade Hyakushiki Kai. I was kind of expecting this, but at the same time really disappointed because it's a limited edition. Now, I remember I just mentioned in my video I'm gonna get something related with a limited kit. It's not that kit, but it's something similar, and just expect, you know, in a few 1 or 2 weeks later I'm gonna show that in my channel. So stay tuned. This kit, it's a great kit. If you can find one, get it. Just get it, because it's not going to be easier to get anymore since the 2.0 came out. So this will be a rare kit sooner or later. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this was helpful or informative. I've got more reviews coming up, so keep watching. And if you like my videos, please like and subscribe. So until then, thank you for watching my video. See you guys next time.